Hey guys, so we just got off team training and a story came up during the training which was on content that I felt would be a good idea to share with all of you today. So when I was working in the barber shop, I reflected upon a time in my life when things started to really pick up traction and go really well for me. My haircutting was getting better, my content was getting better, the relationships that I was nurturing with people were getting better. And it was all based on one period of commitment. I remember there was a period of time in my career where I decided and dedicated time after work multiple times per week to get a client or a model to come to the barbershop when I finished work. I could take my time cutting their hair, and then I could learn from the haircutting process, build a relationship, give that person a free haircut in exchange for their time, and then get great content off the back of it. Post that content and get more clients. And the cool part about this is that it was very curated. I was able to choose the client. The client would come in. Oftentimes it was a good looking dude or someone with great hair, an interesting looking person, or a model, an actual model. And I remember one of my work colleagues at the time, who was a great mentor of mine, and one of the best mentors that I've ever had. His name was Danny. I remember him turning to me one day, a couple of months after starting this commitment, and he just said, "Man, I can really see a massive improvement in your work and in your content." And it was because I dedicated extra time on my own terms to get better. So I guess the big point here is that when you dedicate extra time outside of your normal hours to improvement and commitment, and you dedicate time to doing those things on your own terms, the more you will have things in your own terms in the future. Because if you're not dedicating time outside of your normal hours to do things on your own terms to improve, how can you ever expect to do things on your own terms within hours? So that was a really valuable lesson, I think, to reflect upon. It was almost so long ago now that I forgot that it even happened. But it's a very important one. So for anybody here who wants to get better at cutting hair, you want to get cooler clients in the chair, you want to get better at making content, you want your business and your brand to grow, you have to dedicate time to improvement outside of the scope of just working. And that has a snowball effect too, right? Because the content that I was posting of these people, I would then tag them, give them some of the content, they would reshare it, more of their friends would come in, and the snowball effect kind of started from there. So go through a season of it, commit to it a couple of times a week for 3 months, 4 months, maybe even 6 months, and I can guarantee you, you will yield massive returns and results, not only from an improvement on skill set for yourself in terms of hair, content, but it just ingrains a habit of doing things on your own terms. And if you want your work within hours to be on your own terms, you have to create time outside of work hours to do things on your own terms. So there's the lesson for today. If you don't dedicate time to improvement, how can you expect to improve? And it's as simple as that. So do what you will, I should say, with that information. I just thought it was a valuable story to share, and that I hope that you took something from that.